sick. I just don't have my makeup. I had to rush to the vet to get Lena some medicine because she threw up all night. And I went ahead and scheduled her surgery for next month. I wouldn't feel good about not trying to fix her, I guess. I don't know. I know she's old. And I know she's got problems with her liver and everything. But, you know, I just wouldn't feel comfortable not trying to fix her. That's not what the video is about. I just think I'm ADHD. You think? Not staying on topic. You think? I wanted to talk about my posts about the keys, which is hilarious, but it's not. Sort of not, but it is hilarious. I still laugh. And so, I was working. I can't really tell much because, you know, I was working. Anyway, I had to pee. So, I didn't want to run into the provider's office that I was at because, you know, I didn't want to run in there and pee and run back out because I thought that would be kind of rude. So, I ran down to the farmer's market. The man was cleaning it. Janitor, I guess, is what you still call these people these days, but he was very, very nice. He was cleaning it. I poked my head in. He was in there cleaning. And he said, "Do you need to use it?" And I was like, "Yes, it'll only take me a second." So I was in a hurry. I had to pee. I was trying to hurry up so that, you know, I wouldn't take up his time. And he had just cleaned the toilet. The toilet paper roll hadn't even been put in the toilet paper roll holder thing. So here I go. I was putting the toilet, had it propped up behind there. So I was, did what I had to do, you know, was putting the toilet paper roll and propping it back up where he had it at the same time that I was flushing. And my keys was in my front pocket. I heard them. They went plop, and I was like, no! Yeah, I started panicking, and I just watched them flush down. There was nothing I could do. I didn't have time to try to grab them. Like, you know, that was a possibility. Not. Even though he just had cleaned it, I was not sticking my hand in there. I'm sorry. They're just keys. Anyway, they were gone. So I stood there for a minute, you know, because if you drop something in, let's say my toilet, I've never dropped my keys in my toilet, but you kind of expect them to come back, you know, peek their little heads back out, and then you can grab them, right? Nothing. They're gone. They were completely 100% sucked down into Never Never Land. I was so disappointed. Not even disappointed. I was like freaking out. So got the janitor man to, I said, "Do you have a plunger?" And he said, "What did you do?" And I said, "I flushed my keys down the toilet." And he's like, "How did you do that?" And I was like, "I don't want to explain. I really don't. I don't want to explain how I did that." They were on a giant keychain, like a huge one, so that I wouldn't lose them. See, I do these things. I didn't want to lose my keys, so I added a giant keychain to them, so, you know, there's no way I could lose them. He says, "I don't think it's going to work." And I said, "Try it anyway, please. Let me have it. I'll try it." He got in there, and he was like plunging, and he said, "I told you this is not going to work." He was funny, and not even meaning to be. And I'm like, "Well, we had to try." He was like, "Yeah," and he just went on back out. And I went out there to find him again, and I was like, "Do you have a wire? You got anything I can like stick in there and try to grab them?" And he said, "That's not gonna work either." Anyway, I looked in there while he was in the men's bathroom cleaning it, and I looked in there and I found this big wire, and I said, "Is it okay if I try this?" And he said, "Sure." So I go in there and I try it. The wire was too thick because it wouldn't go anywhere. I was like, well, how did my keys go down if I can't get this stupid wire down in there? So then I tried a few more things. Nothing. I'm like, oh my God. My phone is locked in my car. My water is locked in my car. And I had a cup of coffee, which was like, I was desperate to get to my phone and my coffee. Here I am, looking at my car, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. He said, well, maybe you can call somebody. And I said, well, my phone is in my car. My phone is locked in my car that I can't get into. It's like, people don't get it. It was ridiculous. So he said, do you want to borrow my phone to call somebody? And I said, I don't know nobody's numbers. I got nothing stored up here in my brain. It's all in my phone. I don't know. I don't even know my son's phone number. I called. He suggested that I call the police. What's their number? Because I am not calling 911 and telling them that there's an emergency situation and I have flushed my keys down into a public toilet that 50 million people have used. I couldn't do it. So, you know, it clicked. I've dialed for another job. I had to dial, you know, the main number for the sheriff's department, I guess. And she dispatched me to, she forwarded me to dispatch. Oh, wait, I have to back up. This man, he was so nice. I can't even tell you how nice he was. He actually stayed there the whole time, so I would be safe. Anyway, he said, you know, do you want to borrow my phone? And I was like, please, because I'm thinking in my mind, I can Google these numbers. I can look up these numbers. I can look up the office number and let them know what's going on. To, you know, just see if they can send somebody out to get my client. He pulls out a flip phone. It's a flip phone. You don't Google with a flip phone. I just looked at it and I was like, I don't even know how to use this thing. He flipped it open for me. I was like, holy cow, it is a flip phone. Who uses flip phones? Ah! Okay, a car just about pulled out in front of me. I'm hitting way back. Scream. Anyway, I got this flip phone in my hand. Remembered the number to the sheriff's department. They dispatched the town police out. I waited and I waited and I waited, and all the time I was waiting, I was still trying to figure out how to, you know, how to get my keys out of the toilet because, you know, I couldn't just sit there and wait, but I did. I had to wait, and then I waited some more, and then I was like, I'm sorry I have to bother you, but they are not showing up. It's been forever. It was probably like 10, 15 minutes, but it took forever. So I'm like, can I use your phone again? Can I use your flip phone again? So I called them again, and I was like, nobody showed up. I am supposed to be somewhere, like really soon. I have to be somewhere. And I got my dog at the vet. I have to pick up my dog. I need to get in my car. I said, if I can get in my car, everything will be okay. So she said, well, the town cop was on the way. She could see it on, apparently they have a little map thing that traces their cops. Surprise. And I was like, Rocky Mountain is not that big. You can get from one end of Rocky Mountain to the other in what, 10 minutes? At least, at the most. I don't even know where it is. So, finally, I sat down. I was like, dang, I am just doomed. So then I started thinking about all the keys that was on my keychain, and I was like, okay, I got my car key, of course, and I've got my house key, and I was like, what else is on there? So it's just a little, you know, the rest of the little keys were just to like padlocks and stuff where I super locked up my house. and the buildings and, you know, stuff like that. I was trying to remember if my lawnmower key was on it, and I was like, no, my lawnmower key's not on it. This is supposed to be a short story. Anyway, cop showed up. I'm like running out there, like, thank God you're here. She pulls out this giant wire looking thing, really thick, hard wire. And I'm looking at her and I was like, don't you have one of those Slim Jims? But I didn't know the name of it, so we went through that. She said, I am not good at that. I wouldn't be able to unlock your car with that. I had some thoughts that I probably shouldn't say out loud, but I'm thinking, okay. So she gets this that hardwire thing and a wedge, like, you know, like look like a rubber looking wedge that I used to bust firewood, the logs. She beat that thing in the side of my door, and I'm thinking she's gonna freak on my door. And then she stuck the wire in and she touched the lock thing. She got it, and my door literally